Oh, what's good everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Go ahead, pull up a seat. Let's have a little chat, shall we? If there is one thing that I hate more than FNTASTIC, it's people who abuse copyright laws to hide any sort of critiques or opinions about their game or studio. I hate these people even more when they tend to take from other games, put it in theirs, and then charge people for it. Guys, I recommend you strap in, grab a snack, because I'm about to dive in a little bit and things may go nuclear. Okay, I try to contain myself as much as I could in this video, but oh goddamn, I don't like this. Be sure to sub to the channel if you enjoy what you see today, and let's just get right on with it. But before we do, I need to read this out because if anything happens to this video, I can at least say it was in here. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Any attempt to falsely claim or DMCA this video will result in any and every action taken to counter it. Now that I have that out of the way, last week as I'm writing this script, two people very close to me have been falsely copyright struck because of their videos covering the legal battle between YouTuber BlueDrake42 and SiBa Games, the devs behind the low-effort pile of trash known as Venatur. The grounds of the legal battle stem from Drake finding out that there are assets from his game Operation Harsh Doorstop in Venatur that SiBa Games didn't obtain permission to use. SiBa then sold this game for roughly $32 USD, not really worth it in my opinion. Drake said, "Hey, if you don't cut the shit, I'm gonna get my legal team involved." These ass clowns essentially had the audacity to then try to bribe Drake to keep the assets in Venatur. It's now kicked off into a whole ass lawsuit, and if you want to support Drake in this, I'm leaving his channel down below. I would highly recommend it so we can set an example to these waste of piss and wind that you're not going to get away doing shit like this. But fast forward to now, things have pretty much escalated on a level that we rarely see between a game studio and YouTube creators. And I'm not saying that it hasn't happened in the past, it just hasn't really happened as much over the years in my opinion. That or people just don't talk about it much. Either way, it's here. Starting with one of the people that were affected, my twin brother, Redbeard Mortis. Red put out a video covering this whole thing and it sat on his channel for roughly 5 months, completely just untouched. But then, on April 10th, Red received a lovely little takedown notice from YouTube by the request of SiBa Games. Now I bet you're wondering what section they claimed, right? It probably had something to do, he probably terribly infringed on their copyright. Well, here it is.
Let me go ahead and play for you exactly what was said in between the time frames that they listed in this email. This game is, for all intents and purposes, the biggest and most obvious Escape from Tarkov clone I have ever seen, but it looks like utter dog shit, and for about $29 USD and roughly $40 Canadian, you can subject your PC to torture by playing this subpar experience.
That was it.
You fucking with me, right?
Yeah, simply saying that this game looks like a watered down Tarkov clone was enough to warrant this video being removed. Not only this, but then SiBa Games decided to report his video for defamation, so now it's just completely blocked in Italy. But Red wasn't the only person to be joined in this string of copyright abuse, right? We've also got a buddy of mine named Mr. Rain Gaming that also received a takedown notice that same day. I'm assuming it was either him talking about how the game looks or showing off some form of media when it comes to the game that got him claimed. Again, they were both providing commentary and criticism, things that fall under fair use. Well, why could this be? Why has SiBa decided to commit the biggest public perception death in 2024 so far? Well, let me summarize the most recent tweet from BlueDrake regarding this issue because it's actually kind of nutty how bad things have gotten for SiBa. It pretty much says that over the past few weeks, Morrison Cooper, a law firm focused in digital entertainment as per their X profile, has been in talks with SiBa Games about the unauthorized use of OHD's assets in Venatur. Drake and his legal team offered a settlement, dropping charges if SiBa Games paid legal fees of up to $8,000 and removed the assets from Venatur. SiBa Games rejected the offer, claiming financial difficulties, but then started filing DMCA strikes against creators criticizing them. Yeah, because that's what you want to do. When you're teeter-tottering on the edge of a lawsuit, you just want to break more laws. As a cherry on top of the cake, Drake says that this violates creators' First Amendment rights, I wholeheartedly agree, and then drops the link where he's raising funds for this lawsuit against SiBa Games. I'll also be dropping the link down below, so if you guys want to support the cause, there it is. But wait, there's more. let's take a quick look at the snippet Drake posted because this ties into some of the stuff that was made public from them in their Discord. I'm not going to show it in case they want to bitch and cry about it and take the video down, okay? But I will paraphrase and make a couple references here and there. The snippet is from the POV of SiBa's legal representation, and it says the following. The result is that my client, who is a startup and was playing his first game, I think they meant to say developing his first game, is on the verge of closing down. As he has no more funds in the till, he has also returned the money to the users who had purchased the game. Good! I'm glad you returned the money. That was about as bare minimum as someone learning how to spell their own name. It goes on to say, in light of this, the demand for payment of legal fees, which were not even quantified in the agreement, cannot be accepted in any way by SiBa because the company simply has no money. My client would have been happy to cooperate with your client and give him royalties, but Mr. Hill's behavior has effectively destroyed the company. So let me explain this simply. They're saying they cannot pay the legal fees because they are broke. Well, I figured if you refund everyone, that would have happened. Then that second part of giving Drake royalties. Are they fucking high? Royalties for what? Using OHD's assets in your game that you weren't even authorized to use in the first place? And you would have known this shit wasn't going to slide if you read OHD's license agreement. Wouldn't you? And then we top it off with the victim mentality of Drake destroyed our company. No, he didn't. And I want to make it very clear as to why, at least in my eyes. If you would have used your own assets and stayed in your own lane, there would be videos that you got creators to make that would have been up on YouTube to this day. You would have had a niche but loyal player base, and you would have been able to thrive for a little bit. Maybe there would have been a few people that didn't like the game, but hey, it would have been a small group of people. Instead, what you did was use OHD's assets, try to pay him royalties to use those assets you weren't even allowed to use in the first place, and then when he said no, you start saying you don't have money and that Drake caused the company to fail. Even when you guys said that you were willing to pay for the mistakes made, you still decided to say no. But while putting on that pity parade, you decide to DMCA 2 creators, with one of them not even being able to reach the basic level of monetization on YouTube. Y'all have even publicly said in the Discord that you don't want to take DMCA action unless it's forced, so my question to y'all is, why strike them to begin with? Is it y'all's ego that's wanting these videos gone, or is it because you believe they won't fight back? Utter fucking nonsense coming from SiBa regardless. For my final thoughts, this whole thing extends so much further than a shitty little studio getting their feelings hurt that they've been caught. This, in my eyes, also shows how busted YouTube's copyright system is, and for a company like SiBa to easily manipulate it and take videos down. I have a feeling that they're doing these false takedowns because SiBa has this idea that smaller creators don't have connections or avenues that they can use to fight this. For the most part, and I'm also gonna throw myself in here because I'm a smaller creator and fucking I might get taken down as well, but we really don't. I'm glad we have people in our corners willing to fight with us while we're still trying to get established. A lot of creators don't have that luxury, and that's the shittiest thing. And I don't know if they've managed to take down other creators' videos outside of just Red and Rain. There could be more, and like I said, I could be next. But this is an issue we've begged YouTube to fix for ages, and I highly encourage y'all to get their attention and make some noise about this again. As far as this company goes, I already didn't like the game based on what I saw. You know, $30 USD for a half-baked experience with graphics that look like some shit I would see on SmackDown Here Comes the Pain? No thanks. This company is so fucking ass backwards right now in their approach. I'm utterly speechless. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. It's an embarrassment. But before I leave y'all alone, I want to get serious and say this. SiBa, if you want to report this video for defamation or try to take it down by any means, I would encourage y'all to consider what I've said in this video to be defamatory of your business when everything I've said here has been proven by Drake. And I know you could probably say that my opinions of your company count as defamatory because of y'all's speech laws in Italy. Listen, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not getting into that shit, okay? I'm simply just delivering on how I feel about you and your product from a journalistic point of view. And if the day comes where this video gets taken down, expect my rebuttal within 24 hours and YouTube support to be contacted on the matter. I'm ready. How about you? This is Sir Blackout signing off to go kick my feet up by the pool and wait for this to blow over. Later.